We're back now, and we're going to continue our discussion of selections. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just select something here. I can't remember if I did inverse or not. So here's inverse, and basically that deselects all currently selected pixels, and then selects all remaining pixels. So whatever is selected now becomes unselected, and vice versa. Boom, simple concept. And when we start doing textures and whatnot, that'll come in real handy. Okay, so let's see here. We've done color range. Let's see, what do I want to move on to next? Modify. That's actually where most of the stuff is. So I'm going to make a selection here. And I can even move it with the marquee tool still selected. So that's how you can move things. And you may have seen like this magenta line appear all of a sudden and then go away. Let's see if I can get that to come back. There it is. Okay, see that? That lets me know that my selection is perfectly centered on the document area, left to right. And I could try to even center it vertically as well. There we go. So see, I've got both of those magenta lines there. Well, it's not magenta, but you get the idea. Okay, those are just little temporary lines to show you how you've aligned things. So I'm going to release the shift button, they go away. Now I have the selection here, and so anyhow, let's go to select. I want to talk about modify. Border. I can change the width. I'll make it really high so you can see something happen here. So now I've selected a border around this area. So the inside is not selected, the outside is not selected, but along the edge of the selection, that is selected. And I'm just going to hit Option Command Z to undo that. I'm going to go back up, modify. I don't know if smooth really is going to do much here. I'll do smooth. And yeah, well, if you turn it up high enough, it will. And that smooths the shape. So basically it gave it rounded rectangles, and that will certainly come in handy as well when we're doing mechanical textures. Do that again. I'm going to try it with like 300. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. It's going to shrink it. Okay. There we go. Now let's go to some of the ones that I can use a little bit more. Expand. Let's say I want to make it 50. That'll move it out 50. You got to be careful with this though, because you'll notice it did not keep it in a straight four-line, four-edge rectangle. Now it's an octagon. So I'll do that. I don't know how to use a mouse, don't I? And contract works exactly the opposite. This time it kept it as a perfect square. And now the next thing I want to talk about, though, I want to go up to feather. We're going to be using this one a lot in texture mapping. Modify feather. Basically, that expands it, but it softens the selection too. And there's no way I can really explain that with words. I'm just going to show you. We'll go with 50. And you'll notice how that changed the shape of it. Kind of smoothed it out as well. So it did a smooth operation. And I'm going to hit Control J. And then I'm going to hide the background. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to, again, fill that with red. So see how I've got it? It becomes more transparent toward the edges of the selection. That's what the feather function does. It selects things so that you can copy them or float them into a new layer, what have you, but it makes the edges transparent. And the more you do the feather, the higher you set the feather, really need to, oh, that's because it's not, there we go. Use a mouse. The higher you set the feather radius, the more gradually it's going to fade out. So I'm just going to hit cancel here. I'm going to go back to rectangular marquee. I'm going to do feather again. I keep doing filter for some reason. I think it's I'm sitting at this desk a little bit odd here. Make room for the microphone. So this time I'm just going to do 5. I'm going to do Command J to float that. Again, another red intermediate layer here so you can see. See, this time it only has a very slight fade out from the edges. So that's the difference between that. All right then.